This dude, Ryan Garcia, man. What a weirdo, huh? No, I used to like this guy. I think his talent was there. I saw it. I was pretty hyped for the dude. He is definitely a talented boxer, fast hands, all that stuff that you hear everyone talks about. The thing is, you just can't trust the guy. You can't trust the guy coming into fights. Quit against Javante Davis. Quit against Rolly Romero. What's he gonna do against Barrios? I'm picking him to beat Barrios by stoppage too. I'm not gonna put any money on it though, but that's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting him to go in there and knock out Mario Barrios. So we shall see if Ryan Garcia does it. He looks in shape this time around. He has to go in there, treat Barrios as a good competitor because I think Barrios, like you can't measure Barrios from the Manny Pacquiao fight, in my opinion, because the Manny Pacquiao fight was just sure it was an exhibition fight. Like sure it was treated as a professional bout. It was on their records, but in reality that was an exhibition fight. It wasn't. It was a draw at the end of it. It was rated a draw. So to me that was just an exhibition fight. You can't really rate Mario Barrios off that fight, in my personal opinion. However, you can rate him off against was it Abel Ramos? Abel Ramos, who is not a world class fighter. He's a guy with power, pretty much. A guy with power in his left hand or right hand. Sorry, that's pretty much it. Mario Barra should have watched that guy pretty much. He didn't. Had a close fight with him, ended up being a draw. That, that can do. And even with guys like uh, Fabian Maidana, that ended up being pretty close. So Mario Barrios, he has a lot of troubles here, and that's why I believe Ryan Garcia is just gonna stop him sometime, maybe mid rounds or such. But this guy Ryan Garcia, man, what a he's a hype job. If we're being honest with ourselves, he is a hype job. It's taken him this long to become a title holder. And what's gonna happen afterwards? He's gonna sell it to Shakur Stevenson. He's calling Shakur out. Shakur is calling him out. What is Ryan Garcia gonna do? I mean, as I said before, he quit against Tank. He quit against Rolly. He's gonna quit against Shakur. Ryan Garcia seems like that type. Like he'll probably like allow Shakur to knock him out for some reason. I don't know why. This guy Ryan Garcia, he's a fool. He's a tool, and he's a hype job. That being said, for some reason, this hype job still has Devin Haney and his fanboys scared. Every day on Twitter, Devin Devin Haney fanboys just talk about Ryan. They talk about Ryan. Devin Haney himself is scared because recently he has officially ducked the rematch. If you didn't see on X, Devin Haney said that he's no longer fighting Ryan Garcia because he's not on the testing pool or whatever. Now, just to debunk that, it was revealed. I forgot who was the journalist. Works for Boxing Scene. But one of the journalists did reveal that Brian Garcia and Mario Barrios are tested with VADA through this fight, and they have been drug tested randomly. Ryan Garcia even showed it himself. He showed like a email from like January of him getting tested randomly, tested negative as well. So this notion that Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios haven't been tested for this fight is completely false. Both guys have been tested. Both guys have come up negative for this fight. And this whole fact that Ryan Garcia doesn't want to take Devin Haney's drug testing, I mean that's smart. Because for all I know, Devin Haney's drug testing is just weaponized drug testing. Like I said in my other video, Brian Norman was completely drug drained in my opinion. Brian Norman, if you look like in his fights against Santillon and Jin Sasaki, he was explosive, power, amazing. Like he literally made Jin Sasaki lose his memory for 2 weeks. And then in the Devin Haney fight, he barely has the energy to throw straight shots with power. He's coming in with crashing his power. He's what's the word, like he's not getting full extent of his power and his shots. And even then, Devin Haney couldn't even stop the guy. Like he had a drug drain opponent here, and Devin Haney couldn't even stop him. Should show how limited Devin Haney is. But that is Devin Haney's tool. That's one of his tools. He will drug drain his opponents. And unfortunately for Brian Norman, he was a victim to that. I don't know if you remember, but they were supposed to sign for Vada, I think like 8 weeks before the fight. And Devin Haney and his team were pressuring Brian Norman to do it even way before. What was it like? I have a feeling it was like 16 weeks or something. Like it was something crazy way before like the what the contract had put it as. So yeah, like Brian Norman was definitely drug drained, and in my opinion, I think that's what you got to do if you're fighting Devin Haney. You got to sign up to these rigorous drug drug testing protocols, to the point where it makes you drained in the fight, and that's probably because of Ryan Garcia himself. That's probably why they did it, and Ryan Garcia, in my opinion, doesn't want to do that, and so Devin Haney doesn't even want to take a chance to do a rematch. Imagine that, like, come on, Devin. Like, this is the one time in your career where you got humiliated in front of the whole world. You don't even want to get your revenge. This guy took PEDs or whatever. He cheated, quote unquote. So get your get back. Get your get back. People are calling him Debo Dev or whatever. Come on, get your get back. Why are you ducking the rematch? But that's Devin Haney. That's Devin Haney fanboys as well. But as of Ryan Garcia, Mario Barrios, I think it will still be an interesting fight. Just gonna wait and see how Ryan does against Mario Barrios. Is he gonna try? I think he is, and I think again he's gonna win by knockout, and he's gonna sell out to Shakur. Should be interesting.